the three of you guys, man, thank you for what you guys do, and appreciate you guys having me on.
We were trying not to score and everything. We hit about 33s or something.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of felt that. We kind of feed off that energy.
This place is amazing. Like I really love Duke, and I love the atmosphere I'm in here.
Mark Williams, beast mode. Paolo first half, he had the cramping stuff. Fair enough. Beast mode.
We're back, ladies and gentlemen. Crazy Cast is back. Another off-season podcast for y'all. We've been cooking this off-season.
Cooking, bro.
We've been cooking, man. We've been cooking. You know, we're trying to give you guys as much content as possible. Luckily, we've had a lot of news, and those news has been spread out as much as it's made you guys antsy, and some of y'all are going a little bit too crazy and online. But I think we're coming to a close here on roster construction. So, you know, we'll break down all the big news, and a lot of big news dropped today with the Duke schedule as well, non-conference schedule. So we have a lot to talk about, honestly, on this April 30th, last day of April. Next month, we'll have maybe Russ at K Academy again. So he's gonna you know, brag about that for the next 2 months. But fellas, we're back. How we feeling, Jamal, Russ? What's up, fellas?
What's going on?
Man, I got back from Philly. I feel like I'm like 15 pounds overweight from being in Philly. You know, that's just that's how you got to do things there.
Steaks?
Huh? Oh yeah, come on. Okay. The soft pretzels, the scrapple. You know,
what's that?
Scrapple.
I know about that.
Scrapple is like when you take like all the pieces of the pig that nobody wants to eat, and you like put it in sort of like a pan fried loaf.
Wait a minute, you from the South?
Yeah, you don't. Yeah.
Okay, you gotta be. That's the only reason I know about it. That's why Zion probably don't know nothing about it.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's a Southern thing.
Yeah, but it originated in Pennsylvania Dutch area.
Oh, did it?
Funny enough, but it's spread around. But yeah, it's you read what's in it, and you're like,
that's what I'm like. You said random parts of the pig.
You don't want to read what's in it, but I'll tell you what. When you eat it, when you eat a slice of it, you look at it on the plate, you're like, this is like a breakfast meatloaf. Like, what is this? And then you eat it. Oh man, it's good. It's so good. It's so good.
Take your word for it, man. Oh man.
People listening who've had Scrapple know what I'm talking about. They know what I'm talking about.
Most people probably down south anyway, so they probably. But yeah, fellas, we got a lot to talk about. Let's hit the first topic. Let me get this out the way. The correct pronunciation of Joaquim Boumtje. Let's hear it from him himself.
My name is Joaquim Boumtje, class of 2027.
Joaquim Boumtje, the 16-year-old from Barcelona. Duke completes its at least rotational roster. I think there's still a couple of outliers for walk-ons and final pieces just for practice players, guys to, you know, fill the Jack Scott, Cameron Sheffield role.
Do we even need those guys this year? Do we even need practice players?
We may not, because we got two lineups right now that will be battling in practice. But I mean, you know, it's always good to have the extra guys, you know, be scout team too as well. But hey, fellas, we're cooking. John Shire cooked this offseason. I think he can finally put the negativity and the worry to rest, because this roster is loaded. But let's talk about this 16-year-old stud from Barcelona. A lot of people projecting him to be a top 10 pick in the 2028 class. He cannot declare it after next year. He has to stay 2 years in college. But how are we feeling about it? Russ, start us off.
I mean, it's great. First of all, I won't go back to, you know, people got mad because I recommended that people be patient, you know, and everyone said the sky was falling and that I was wrong for policing that.
No, you can victory lap. Go ahead. You can victory
No,
lap.
that's as much as I'll. That's my smug mini lap. That's a mini lap. Yeah, people just got to relax, man. This kid, look, I've seen like 10, 15 minutes of highlight clips, admittedly. But I tell you what, I like what I see. What I really like, I mean, again, for my mother who's listening to this podcast, we're watching highlights of this young man playing basketball. He's got like a little more handle than I expected, which I kind of like. And he definitely can shoot. Like the shot looks good. It doesn't look like one of those. Sometimes they say like, oh, a center can shoot, but then when you see the form, you're kind of like, can he? Like, now this guy definitely can shoot the ball. He moves decently well, although again, given the league, like I'm not quite sure how that's going to translate. But he's not a string bean. There was also that concern. I feel like a lot of times when you see guys come from overseas and they're that young, you think, okay, what they're like 7 foot, like 195. Like you expect like something like this.
Like Dame was very skinny.
Yeah, Dame was skinny. I mean, like this guy has got a real like center body on him, right? Like he's got some strength in there. Now, I'm very confident that 95% of the young international guys, there's an adjustment period to the speed of the college game, to the physicality of the college game, just to the differences between the college game and what they play overseas. So I'm not expecting him to come out like necessarily right away and just ball out of control. But I mean, this is very clearly the plan would be by ACC play. This guy is firmly in the rotation, playing like good quality minutes. And then next year, he's, one of the cornerstones, if not like the cornerstone. I mean, this is very clearly a tremendous talent. And again, when you're watching some of the footwork and some of the patience that he displays in some of these clips, I mean, again, I'm not sure about the competition, but man, it's very hard not to get excited about what you see.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I haven't. Just like Russ said, the highlights and stuff. I kind of like to temper my expectations when I see a player and I'm only getting highlights. I'm one of those guys that like to judge a guy once I get some full game footage. It's just different things that I like to see. Like in highlights, everybody looks good. Nobody misses shots. Everything is just sunshines and roses. But I need to see like how he handles a tough stretch. Like if he misses 3 straight shots, does he hang his head and is he slow to get back on defense after he misses the third? Like things like that. You know what I mean? That I need to see. But as far as like his offensive package, what we can see, very, very intriguing. I like the fluidity in which he moves with. The footwork seems to be there. Some of the things that I said, remember we was having a discussion about why I wanted Milan Momcilovic and like his shot making ability. I see some of the shot making at 7 feet, like the tough shot making ability, which is if you're gonna be an elite basketball player, you're gonna have to make tough shots, like especially on like the next level. You're gonna have to be able to make tough shots. That's what separates goods from greats, like pros from amateurs, pretty much, is because defenses are scouted to take away your strengths. You're going to have to be able to score a lot of the times over that. So I like what I see as far as his ability to make tough shots in highlights. I just get this roster is insane, man. Like
it's crazy
that this guy is a piece that we can afford to wait to come around. I mean, I don't know about how serious the recruitment was for North Carolina, but I'm pretty sure that if North Carolina would have landed him, he would have been expected to be an immediate impact from day one.
Oh yeah, for their situation.
But for us, it's just like we can afford to have this guy just ease your way into this, man. Like this is a project. He's only 16 years old, which is amazing. That he'll be at least 2 years in college. So I'm excited, man. John Shire, A+++ in this offseason. And whatever, everything that he did in the offseason with recruiting, with the transfer portal, with retention, everything that he did this offseason, A+++, man. Salute to John.
Yeah, piggybacking off of that point before I get into JBB, I'm just gonna call him JBB for the rest of the show.
Me too.
John Shire is really cooking, and I absolutely love his vision right now. We'll get to like obviously the depth chart and where we think guys will be, but even just looking at what this acquiring this talent and having him for 2 years, right now he's kind of um, not to say that Cam Williams and Deron Rippey and Bryson Howard are locks to come back and be second year players, but he has now created a path where these guys are coming in competing, and everything I've heard from people is that the freshmen are fine competing. There's no like, oh, this guy's coming in, so I got to get out of here. At least as of yesterday, all of them are fine with competing and fighting for a spot. So like he's really developing something special. And if it is a situation where we have him for 2 years, JBB for 2 years, we have Rippy for 2 years, we have Cam Williams for 2 years, we have Bryson Howard for 2 years. Like it's really Wilkins. It will be his third, but like it's really developing in this era of NIL, like developing that type of continuity and even just that structure where you can develop these guys 1 year and they become the stars the second year. I likened it. I know I told you guys. I told a lot of people as well too. Like if you compare it to football, I look at Prime Alabama, the year they had Mark Ingram and their backup was Derrick Henry.
Yeah, Henry, yeah.
Like or Trent Richardson and the backup. I'm probably mixing up that trio, but like it was like the next person is going to be a star the next year. Like so it was year after year, and it's just development. For him to do that in this type of era is insane. Obviously, we have to still see how the season goes and how the kids feel after the first year, but that is like the plan and vision, and that's what I love the most about this pickup. But even for JBB specifically, I'm very intrigued. I'll be honest, like I was telling y'all, I could tell the people I was a little iffy, like when we were going after this kid. I didn't know anything about this kid. I'm like a 16-year-old, are we like what are we doing here? Is it gonna actually help us right now? I'm looking for a big guy, a big veteran guy that can step in, but everything I've heard is this guy is gonna come in and have a chance to start. It's not a situation where we're picking up like closer to Meyer, where Meyer might be a red shirt if there are red shirts now if the rule passes, but like a red shirt where he's gonna develop the first year. This guy is ready to compete. Even at 17, he'll be 17 when the season starts. And I watched a lot of his game the past day or so. Watched his full game. He had a playoff game yesterday that I watched a little bit of. I think the jumper is definitely real. The lefty jumper kind of never fails. It's real with him. He can shoot that thing. I think everything you guys said in terms of the adjustment period is gonna be there, regardless of how good he's gonna be. It's gonna be there. It was there with Kaman, and Kaman was playing grown men for a year and a half, like from his national team, from the BAL he was playing in. He was playing grown men. And
American basketball is different than international basketball.
Yeah.
It's night and day different.
Yeah, and he's his competition now. I know Russ was talking about his competition. His competition now is still U18. So there will probably be instances. I know a couple people who play for Barcelona. They said it with Keita too. Keita, they said he practices sometimes with the senior team. Maybe that's JBB too. He had that instance as well. But for the most part in game reps, he's been playing against U18 guys. So there's definitely going to be an adjustment period. The physicality is going to be different. The speed is going to be different for him a lot too. So I think you'll have to give him grace there. But when you look at his body, he's ready. Like I think he's ready in that right. Obviously, can add more strength, but if you compare him to like a Cam Williams, his body's a little bit more advanced than Cam Williams.
Zion, I got a question for you. You said you watched him. You watched the full game of him yesterday.
Yeah, he had a playoff game yesterday.
What kind of big is he? Is he one of those bigs that's like? Because from the highlights, it seems like he's more 4 than 5.
Yeah. I'd honestly, and obviously, is when he adds more muscle, I think he'll be in the paint more. Yesterday, he played next to Kata, the kid going to UNC, so
Yeah.
he was roaming the perimeter for the most part. Occasionally, he'll try to get, like you see here in the clips, he'll try to get like post up position. But if you look at the defenders that he's going against, it's like put it in the college, put him in college, and he's probably not getting that same position.
Yeah.
So he definitely likes to roam the perimeter. He's a rebound and goal guy. He's not giving the ball to the guard. He rebounds the ball. He's dribbling that ball up the court and trying to, create from there. Really good passer. Really good passer. I saw a couple of passes cross court yesterday. Kind of reminded me a little bit of Cam at that size. Like Russ said, he has handle. So like he's not gonna be. I don't think he's gonna be a guy that's gonna really. I don't want to say it, but I don't think he's going to play the 5 next year. I don't see the same way.
You don't really seem like a 5 to me. I know he's 7 feet tall, but it's just like I don't know. I haven't watched him fully though, so
like it's dope to have him.
He could also play like it's not necessarily the positional, right? Like if he's on the floor with Pat, then he's obviously a 4. If he's out there with like Drew, then like depending on who the 5 of the other team is, maybe on defense, he's what I mean. It might be a little more versatile, but I expect on offense anyway for him to be more on the outside than like a pure post up guy, at least again from the limited that I've seen.
Like there is potential, like his sophomore year, that he may be playing the 3. Like that's how
my next thing. Like what about his movement? Like on defense, like is it this guy that can guard in space? Cause
that's what I kind of didn't see much of in the game. His defensive rebound ability was there for sure, but I don't think there was any guard that can kind of replicate like guarding like Terrence Brown from UNC on a switch, like So I didn't see much of that to evaluate, so I can't speak to that more so. I know that's probably going to be an area of growth, and something that's going to determine how long he's going to stay on the floor. But I think for
100%, that's going to determine how long he's staying on the floor. That's why I want to know about that. Like,
but he's 17.
If Pat's more of a drop guy anyway, or a high hedge guy, I mean, like, I feel like if you play him at that position, defensively, he's got the size and he's got enough mobility for like that. I didn't see anything in clips that made me go, oh, he's a switch, 3, 4, 5 on the 2s. He's got like, obviously he's big, so that helps.
Wingspan and everything,
But I don't see us running much pure switch anyway this year. Not unless it's like a lineup with like Drew at the 5 and Cam at the 4, something like that. Then we could do. But I think we're gonna have a lot of sort of drop and or high hedge type.
But he's not ready to be a rim protecting middle of the guy type guy at the 5 either. So
sure.
I mean they'll be unique in how they use them. I'm confident defensively. Like we've seen Shire get Ryan Young to defend. So
did he really? Ryan Young no, I'm just messing.
I mean we had a top 10 defense with Ryan.
We did
Young,
though.
So
he had Ryan Young looking serviceable though. Really
so and he's a smart kid. He's a really you could tell high IQ. Obviously I think it's going to take some time for him to process a little bit quicker on this level, but I like it. I think he will. We'll see how it ends up in terms of competing for a starting spot, but there may be a case, and don't be surprised if, especially by January, if he's starting. Hopefully, it's a healthy battle between him and Cam. But
that's gonna be some elite practices. They're gonna have to like let the camera footages like roll continuously in practice this summer, man. Like these practices are gonna be elite. I can't wait to see who wins that battle, because I'm high on Cam Williams, man. I'm a lot higher than most people. Maybe not most people, but I'm really high on his upside and him hitting that upside. Like him getting closer to like where his trajectory like would be ultimately by January, February. So and it sounds like he's in the same boat. JBB is in the same boat around like January, February. That's when we should see him at his peak mainly. So
Yeah.
A lot of excitement, man. Great day to be a Duke fan. I know that much.
Great day. Hey man. And I mean, there's no rush. We got the guard play veterans we do.
Yeah.
We have the front court veterans we do. Even though people might say, I'm gonna just call y'all out, Jeff Goodman, Rob, stop asking the question of point guard play, please. But
They're gonna do it. That's their favorite thing to say.
we got the vets around them to let them grow. So I'm confident. I'm confident that they'll get there eventually.
Yeah.
But any final thoughts on JBB before we jump to schedule news?
Yeah, I think also we just needed to add another guy with real size. I mean, Drew is a great pickup, but he's still like 6'9", 6'9.5", something like that. I wanted another guy that was going to have sort of prototypical center size, at least on the roster. JBB definitely has that. I was gonna just call him Boom Boom. Also, I've seen people doing that. Boom Boom.
I like that.
Yeah. But either way, man, what a front court. I mean, we're looking at a picture right now of, the big men that we've got, courtesy of Zion sharing his own tweets shamelessly.
Amen.
And I respect the hustle. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, even before we get to schedule news, do we want to even bother bringing up like possible rotation?
I was gonna get to that. Later, but actually, let's do that now.
Yeah,
because we're already on the topic. Another tweet I'm gonna plug. Let me plug this tweet too before we version up to that, because this tweet is actually ridiculous when you look at the length of this roster.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like, I thought 2 years ago was crazy. This year might be even crazier when you look at the wingspans. Oh, for those listening to audio, it's a tweet of everybody's wingspans on the team. Patton Gang was 7'4", Drew was 7'3". I thought Drew's was that range. I just saw his agency put that out, so that's what they're saying. He has a 7'3" wingspan.
That is nice.
Boumtje has 7'2", Cam Williams 7'2", Dame Sarr 7, Bryson Howard 6'11" wingspan.
At 6'4".
Yeah, that's ridiculous. This team is going to be ridiculous in terms of size. So, but let's jump into the depth chart of this team, the projected depth chart. As
Armand, by the way, did just say our boy Armand, who we were trying to get on. He did just say he's a clear 4-man. In the Discord we frequent.
Shout out Armand.
He said not maybe the best guy to play the 5, but I still think with the guys that we have around him, I think there's certainly a world in which that could work out. We'll see.
Yeah, hopefully we could get Armand on here to break it down JBG be a little bit more. But yeah, I think that kind of coincides with what we just said. Let's look at this projected depth chart. This is not in place. This is just to give y'all a visual of what the roster is right now. Looking like a deep team. I will say whoever that second 5 will end up being, ridiculous. Like that second 5 we have on the bench.
That second 5 can make the tournament.
I didn't want to say it, but you said it. So like
the second 5 would literally make the field.
Especially 76. But fellas, what are we thinking of the initial roster we have?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's interesting to look at, especially in conjunction with what we were talking about, what you were talking about, Zion, as it pertains to building the next, generation of stars, the next class of stars for the following year. It does remind me a lot of like how deep that 2025 roster was. And if you look at the like minutes per game on the 2025 Duke team, I was looking at this with our boy Marshall. Marshall pointed out you could basically just assign a minutes per game from someone on that team to basically everybody on this roster. I kind of expect, Boozer, Blackwell, Sarr, and Gongba to have, 30, 30, 29, 25, somewhere in there, right? Like, and that's what Cooper Khan, Tyrese, and Sion had. And then beyond that, I mean, you had come on with about 2021. That could be whichever of the fours play a little better, and then everybody off the bench is doing in that 13 to 16 range, something like this. And then obviously there'll be somebody down in the Darren Harris role who gets 6 minutes, ish. I'm not sure who that would be yet. We'll find out. But I do kind of think it's interesting looking at how deep that roster was. That was like 11 deep if you include Darren, and we've got 12 here. So I don't know. I mean, somebody's just going to like flat out not play, and somebody is probably going to get, again, that sort of like a lot of DMPs, 6 minutes per game based on blowouts kind of thing. And then the rest of it, I mean, it could be a legit 10-man rotation from there. I mean, if Shire decides to go that way, and if the freshmen deliver the way that we expect the freshmen generally to deliver on these sorts of teams. But yeah, I mean, like that Rippy Howard, that class that would return, I mean, that's the Slim and Pat, right? Like Slim and Pat were that in 25, and then in 26 they became stars. So that's clearly the pitch. And with JBB, and then hopefully, knock on wood, if Duke can get Colton Hiller, who in the future, who I believe is a 2-year guy as well. I mean, having sort of elite 2-year guys see that path and say, hey, Duke is a place where I can come in, I can contribute right away to a title.
You think Hiller going to be a 2-year guy?
I believe that.
If they get him to reclass, I think.
Oh,
if
yeah.
If you reclass. Yes, correct. Which was in the conversation in the ether, from my understanding. So I don't know. I think targeting those sorts of reclasses or 2-year guys in order to help facilitate that kind of multi-year development, I think is really smart and good. But man, outside of those main 4 guys and sort of feeling pretty good about what they're going to play minutes wise, after that, matchup dependent, who does better in practice, who's gelling with whom, that kind of thing. Who knows?
I will say, to your point of comparing it to 2025, I do think there is the fact we don't have a flat out like Cooper Flag or Cam Boozer. I do feel like that actually extends at least some of the minutes out a little bit. Obviously Blackwell may be the star player, I guess. I mean, that's just like
it's between him and Patrick, probably.
Yeah, Caden takes a leap. Yeah,
I could definitely throw Caden into that mix. I mean, even if you want to lower it from 30 to the top guys to like, I mean, do we see Caden playing under 28 a game?
No,
no. Like, do we see Blackwell playing less than that? Like, no. Really. Like Dame played like 24 last year, and everyone expects him to contribute more this year, right? And then Pat, again, maybe they take it easy on him given, sort of the wear and tear that built up last year. But I mean, even last year he was playing 22 minutes a game. He's not playing less than that. I mean, there's no way. So, I mean, that's already, when you add that up, I mean, you're already looking at like 108-ish minutes, which then leaves for the other 8 guys listed here outside of those 4. It leaves him with like 90 to 95 minutes to share between them. So, I mean, how does that shake out? I have absolutely no idea.
I can say this. I don't think John's going to play 10. I don't think he's going to like the whole notion that a lot of these Duke fans is like, oh my God, we're about to play 10 guys. And like, John is not going to do that, y'all. He's not about to play 10 guys.
Well, then there's 3 guys. Then there's 3 guys on here who are flat out not playing if he's only playing 9.
Like, that's just what
we can X out. We can X out Meyer because we know like that's not happening.
Sure, he's kind of in the Vrank role, right? The in case of emergency break glass.
Yeah,
of course, right. So then you're down to 11. Like Meyer's more of a project, but even then, if he's only playing 9, like trying to pick 2 guys on here who flat out don't play or who barely play at all is really hard. I think it's a lot easier to pick 1. I mean, and again, in 2025, he more or less played 10. It wasn't consistent. There'd be games where Slim didn't play or games where Pat didn't play or things like that. But yeah, but he tinkered around and ultimately more or less played 10 guys. And I do kind of think that that's the sort of thing here. If you see like a freshman get a DMP or whatever, sure, of course. If you see but like, man, it's even hard to pick Who? I mean, like they fit their roles so well, and I don't
think
know,
he'll
man.
do a little bit of juggling, like Russ was saying. It'll be some like, especially early on, and which we'll get to talking about the schedule, but especially early on in the season, the November, December games. I'm sure we'll see lineups or rotations where 10 guys get in, and it'll be 2 of those guys with 4 minutes, 5 minutes, something like that. Like he'll pretty much give everybody an opportunity to get a shot and just to see what we have. And a lot, like Zion was saying, a lot of it will be matchup dependent. But I just expect when it comes down to ACC play, tournament time, very like clutch games, I do not expect him to consistently give more than 8 guys minutes. I'm pretty sure that when it comes down to gut check time, like I said, like really big games, tournament time, ACC play, I'm expecting it to be an 8-man rotation at the most. So just like you were saying, who gets X'd out? Like that's a really tough decision. It's the hardest thing to do as a coach is to get your hands on to get a complete feel for the rotation, what the rotation should be night in, night out.
Now I will say, I didn't have this as a scenario, but I'm not ruling out anything at this point because obviously it's April.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a chance Sarnowski starts at the 4 and the freshmen are coming off the bench?
Injuries. If it's injuries,
I'll do you one better. Is there a chance that Wilkins starts at the 4?
If that happens,
I mean, it's always a chance at all of this. But honestly, if it's truly a competition thing, if it's truly John is like, all right, guys, we're gonna get into practice and everybody's gonna compete for these spots, and the best player wins the minutes, I have a hard time seeing anybody beating out Cam Williams. I just do. I have a really hard time seeing any of those guys beating out Cam Williams for those minutes. If it's a true competition, which I believe it is.
He's the Vegas favorite, I would probably say. Yeah. I mean, but I also do think the reason why I even floated out somebody like a Wilkins is because in those early games, I mean, we do know that in the big games early in a season, Shire does like to ride experienced guys, you know, on the floor. Right. So, I mean, I definitely would expect like more Foster in those lineups. I would expect more Sarnowski in those lineups. I know that Wilkins is like a freshman if red shirts still exist, and I don't really know what his like deal is in regards to that, but at least he's familiar, right? Like, and Wilkins has been practicing with, you know, at least 4 of the guys who'd be playing heavy minutes, you know, in those games. So some experience on that front. We know he likes to go with experience. How does that shake out in terms of who starts? I don't know. Again, I kind of expect that whoever is in that role is maybe getting like 21 minutes and the other guy's getting 19, you know, like I think it's going to be fairly equitable, you know, in terms of some of that stuff. But man, yeah, I just don't know. Again, it's always some guy ends up being like slightly worse than expected. Every year, generally somebody plays a little better than expected, right? So it's very hard to say. But I do strongly believe that, you know, you're going to get your top 4. Foster will be, you know, the first guy off the bench. Sarnowski will be right there if he's coming off the bench at all. Cam, JBB, Rippy is the backup point guard. I think having Howard shooting would be really valuable. I don't know. It's so hard.
That's what I'm saying. See, you getting stressed out looking at it. Like, it's a really tough thing to do, man. This is hard.
That's why the minutes. That's why genuinely I think in 2025 it worked so well, is because all of those guys more or less understood. You know, yeah, some games you're gonna get more, some games you're gonna get less, but ultimately you're gonna shake out around that 13 to 17 minutes a game kind of deal. You know,
the Howard that you just mentioned, the Howard shooting, if that like flips the scale, like if he's hitting his outside shots, which, you know, he's a pretty good shooter. He was up and down this year. I watched a lot of his games in high school, up and down, but I mean, his team was just doing whatever on offense. But, you know, if he's hitting that outside shot, there's not really a reason not to play him because he's 6'11", athletic. Not 6'11". His wingspan is 6'11". He's an athletic. He can move his feet. He can defend. He could be physical. So like that's a prototype for a John Shire player. Like
he's a pro too. Like this is a future lottery pick that we talking about.
So it's like it's hard. I don't know who's going.
Who doesn't have the potential here? Who doesn't have? They're all like if Rippey is making outside shots, which I know has been up and down for him. Generally, he's not considered an outside shooter, but if he's making shots, you can't keep him off the floor. He's too electric. He's too good.
The second best pro prospect on the roster, if you ask me. Behind
second best pro prospect on the roster.
That's a strong one.
It is.
That's a strong. That's a
strong take.
That's a strong take.
I'll stand on it. I'll stand on it.
Wait, who's your number one? Cam?
Yeah, Cam Williams is the best pro.
Well, what about JBB?
I haven't seen enough of him to be able to.
Okay, that's
what about Pat? What about?
No, they're all good pro prospects. I'm just talking about like as far as the best in pecking order: Cam Williams, Deron Rippey, Bryson Howard.
That is strong considering the NBA has gone fully towards big guards.
It is. But the thing about what I love about Rippey is I don't even, like I said, and Duke fans, you gotta get this. His ability to, like, I compared him to Ja Morant with Davion Mitchell defensive ability. Like he's like that level of a defender, or on-ball defender with the athleticism. And the thing that I don't think I hear literally nobody talking about his passing ability is A1. A1.
Very good passer.
He's a good. It has nothing to do with. I'm not trying to say he's not a pro prospect or that he's not an awesome player. It's more just like Pat's still on the roster, and like and
what the NBA values too.
Roster and like
I know. Yeah, but Patrick is a good. I mean, they're all like, and this is a world like we're very spoiled as Duke fans, like that. We have this type of problem that we can like literally we have a pecking order of pro prospects. But as far as I know, the wing position is, which I probably would throw Dame Sarr in there too as well. I probably would elevate Dame Sarr over Bryson Howard. Now I'm thinking about it with the length, especially if that offensive side comes around, which I'm fully expecting it to this season. I'm fully expecting the offensive ability to be shown a little bit more, similar to what he did a little bit in Barcelona. But man, this team is loaded, man. This team is loaded. This team is so loaded. So you would like to have, like I've stated this on this show before, the best thing you could do with your roster is just to put yourself in a position to have options in case anything, like to be able to combat any lineup you go against. If you have stretches where you have to play small, we're able to do that. If we have stretches where we have to upsize and get a little bigger around the perimeter, we're able to do that. So the only thing that the question would be is, do we have enough, and this is nitpicking, enough elite shooting, but this is where guys like Howard and Boumtje come into play, as well as Blackwell, so.
Sarr from the corner. Foster obviously shot like 38% from three last year.
Mm-hmm.
I really like Wilkins' shot from the eye test. Caden had stretches. I mean, obviously he had some games where it wasn't working out, but I mean, he's a good free throw shooter. I expect that shot to improve at least to some extent. We shoot enough volume that I'm not too worried about the shooting generally. Man, I don't know, dude. The other cool thing to think about is with this is imagine like rolling out some zone with like Blackwell, Sarr, Williams, JBB, and Pat or whatever. You know what I mean? Like some obscene like 3 7-footers and Sarr and Blackwell.
Low P. Sharnowski might be a better option. He got a 7'3" wingspan. And
or Sharnowski. I mean, there are just a lot of cool options here defensively. What can be done with this much size and length. And then obviously goes without saying, we didn't bring it up with JBB, but like the high-low stuff that we know Shire likes to run, having a pick and pop guy who can actually make that three, in the vein of, like Cam obviously got a ton of opportunities out there for exactly this sort of thing. Obviously, like Pat has not been a real shooter out there. Same with Malik, but like JBB, but they still are encouraged to shoot. And like if JBB is making those threes, that would be enormous, obviously, to get. And just as a passer, if you're 7 feet and you just have to throw it inside to Cam Williams or Pat or whoever, I mean, that's It'd be ridiculous.
Yeah, I will say that's very like 3 of our bigs, really good passers. Cam Williams, I feel like he's capable, maybe not as good of a passer as the other 3.
Yeah.
And then 2 of the bigs, like you said, can shoot with that pick and pop. Cam and JBB, and then Sharnowski actually, I think he said in a recent interview, I think it was with the Trillies people, that he's looking to shoot more, and Shire's gonna encourage him to shoot. Like we already know, like Shire's gonna tell him to shoot the ball, and Pat probably, or hopefully we could see some progression in his jumper as well, but he'll hit it every now and then. So
he's also such a lob threat. I mean, like,
yeah.
Sharnowski could make an NBA roster if he starts hitting that jumper with consistency.
Yeah,
everything else is there.
There is a chance this whole front court could be in the NBA one day.
Literally, the entire front court.
Like that's crazy. That is
honestly
crazy.
It's not even an entire front court. It's literally the entire roster outside of maybe Meyer and Wilkins as being the obvious guys. I expect all of these, maybe not Foster.
Yeah, Foster too, man.
Everybody else I expect to be wearing an NBA jersey.
That's crazy. That is insane depth for
I definitely recommend that Basket and Review article about Sharnowski that you mentioned, Zion. That was a great read to sort of get to know that kid a little better.
Yeah, definitely good interview. Grew up a Cam Reddish stan. Wow, that's
that old now that people are growing up Cam Reddish. Oh my god,
we got old.
I believe the phrase in the interview was a Cam Reddish glazer.
What? He really said like Cam Reddish?
Hey, Cam Reddish used to be people's goats, yo. Like Anthony Edwards, there's always that viral interview of him saying, "Who's the best player you played in high school?" Cam Reddish. Like he used to be people's goats. But we are getting old. We are getting very old.
That is crazy.
If Cam Reddish is someone's,
that's wild, man. That's so
wild. Let's talk about the schedule that got announced today. Duke is just a different brand, man. Duke is a different brand, and they're about to go global. It was announced today. Trying to pull up the graphic. Let me take that out of here. That Duke will have 3 Amazon Prime games this season. Amazon Prime is taking over the world, taking over the NFL. I got to watch NBA playoff games on Amazon Prime. So, Duke is the first program to have an Amazon Prime deal. Obviously, the best brand in college basketball. And we'll get 3 big-time games, including UConn in Vegas, a little rematch. Nick Kamenia, we are coming. Duke versus Michigan at MSG. I will be there. And Duke versus Gonzaga in Detroit, the site of the Final Four. I don't think it's actually I think it's the Pistons Arena, but the Final Four will be in Detroit as well at Ford Field. So, fellas, we're about to have a crazy non-conference schedule because this doesn't even include Michigan State in the Champions Classic
or the challenge, right?
Yeah, the ACC SEC challenge.
Ryan, can you close out that tweet?
Oh.
I was ignoring it. I seen it as soon as you pulled it.
Dang, I didn't see it.
I was wrong with it though. You know what I'm saying? I was rocking. I was wrong.
There we go. There we go.
There we go.
As soon as you pulled it up, I seen it. I was like, oh yeah, sure.
out of the clear side, man. Unbelievable. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be at that Vegas game for sure.
Damn, I gotta go to a game too. Then everybody pulling up at games. I gotta find one to go to.
Yeah, come to New York.
Yeah,
man.
when Duke plays in Vegas, I can't resist an opportunity to go to Vegas, man. I can't resist.
We got to get a new beast mode clip in there.
Did anybody else think that the UConn game should have been in Madison Square? I was a little disappointed by the site. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't care.
I don't.
I mean, at the end of the day, it really don't matter.
I don't care.
It don't matter really, but I was like that. Honestly, I thought it should have been Madison Square. But
that is, I did. It was my first thought. Like maybe we like playing Michigan and Detroit. Obviously, that would have been a road game.
No, I didn't want to do that.
Yeah,
you could have said Michigan, Vegas, and
Yeah, UConn in Vegas is definitely going to be. I don't think it's going to be. It's going to be a good crowd. I'm never going to doubt.
It'll be a really good crowd. It'll be a good crowd. I mean, like UConn travels pretty well too. I mean, Michigan is just the rain. If you had to choose one of the games to play at MSG, you pick the team that just won the championship. You know what I mean? Like
that makes sense too. Yeah.
that's kind of what I think about it. Yeah, it'd be nice. I think a Duke UConn MSG setting would be insane. Hopefully, this is just the first time we play them. You know, in the non-conference slate going forward, we can have more games. I mean, where did we play Michigan last year?
DC.
In DC.
And now we're playing them in New York. So I mean, like we might just shuffle, you know, the tiles on the old deck there. But I'm excited for all three of these games. I mean, should be a ridiculous slate. Obviously, a great test for all positions on all teams. I mean, I love that we've got Gonzaga, another one of these February games. I think that's really, really cool. I mean, I just saw they signed Diop at Gonzaga. Yeah. So that's a good front court test for the guys in February. Yeah, man. What can you say? Just a great time to be a Duke fan.
Yeah, I mean, the last year's non-conference schedule was elite, and somehow we're probably going to top it. You know, given especially if we get a Florida.
On the depth of the rest of it, I mean, if we get Florida, at least the top end of it would be ridiculous.
We had Hall of Fame coaches saying that was the toughest schedule they had ever seen in their career. Yeah, so I was like, I don't even know how we could even get more daunting than the one we had last year, but it looked like we on the way to.
And I think overall,
we had 6 top 30-ish games, and then the Michigan game, so 7. I guess Texas 31, but I mean 7 top 30 games. You know, out of conference. I mean, if we can do that again, I mean that would be great. I mean, like I've obviously I've made my feelings known about playing those sub 300 teams. I know that sometimes you want sometimes you want a little snack, sometimes you want a little junk food, but yeah, man, games like this are the real deal. This is where the rubber hits the road.
Yeah, I do think it'll be interesting to see who they also schedule for the opening game, because I think they're probably going to try to mimic Texas from last year opening game,
like a neutral site type deal.
I would imagine. You know, I know UConn that game is November 25th. The Champions Classic, I think, is November 10th. So they might open the season with somebody.
We got in the Champions Classic this year. We got Sparty.
Michigan State, yeah. Which is probably
damn, I forgot about that too.
That's probably the best game that you could have, because I don't think Kansas and Kentucky are going to be
Kentucky definitely not. Kansas.
It's time to replace Kentucky in that damn Champions Classic. It might be time to replace them, bro.
We would have seen Christian Reeves.
Reeves. I saw him in. I saw him in the projected. I saw him projected as a starter. That Kansas team is funny to me, but hey, good luck to them.
Dude, Michigan State, Michigan, and UConn. I mean, those are probably 3 of the top 5 teams in the country, with Duke being a 4th.
Yeah.
And then if you get Florida as well, I mean, that's the other one. I mean,
that's gotta be the ACC SEC challenge game. Like,
I guess Illinois. I mean, I guess top 5 team too.
Illinois would be the other one. But that Florida game, if we do get Florida, that's going to be a road game too.
I'm looking forward to that. I would like for us to go to the Old Dome. I would like for us to go to the Old Dome and play that.
That is going to be. Oh man!
Oh boy!
That would be amazing.
But hey, this team will be battle tested. This team will definitely be battle tested.
I really hope. I mean, I saw a mutual of ours tried to dunk on me for saying I thought we'd lose like 5 or 6 games this year. I feel like in this type of slate, and the one we had this year and the one we'll have this year, I think losing 5-ish is still a clear 1 seed team. I mean, like,
for sure.
I think I said 6 last year. I was shocked that we only lost.
I said 6 somewhere.
I said 6. So I probably won't. I don't know. I haven't. We haven't seen the full schedule, but I can't. I'm never gonna be one of those fans that's like, oh, Duke is going 35-1, or like, you know what I mean? Like, I try to be.
Florida lost 8 games and was a 1 seed. You know, Houston lost 7 games and was right there. Connecticut won 6, but the conference was bad, and the ACC should be better this year.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. ACC should be good.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Virginia should be in that top 10.
Louisville will be good. I mean, obviously we had huge coaching upgrades on a number of teams, in particular the bottom dwellers.
Boston College will be annoying.
BC, Georgia Tech got a much better coach. Syracuse got a better coach in the sense that it's not Red Autry anymore. There's a lot to like about the ACC, and then hopefully, I mean, this means that the coaches that should have been fired this offseason will be fired the next offseason. So then,
don't say no names. Don't say no names.
I'm not saying any names.
Because one of them is don't do that.
Everybody knows, man. Everybody knows. It's
Shout out to my guy for skating, man. He survived another year, man.
Hey, you know what?
My man survived. He's still ticking.
The ultimate bag procurer, dude. He is he is still thriving, man.
Still ticking, bro. Let's go.
Unbelievable. It's like Bobby eked out that last season at Arizona State. You know what I mean? Like Bobby, and everyone was kind of like, huh? And he was like, I'm getting one more, man. I'm getting one more. By the way, this could apply. This is not just to our guy. This could apply to 3 or 4 coaches in the ACC. Let's be clear. It's a multiple team application of this bit. But yeah, the ACC is just on the come up, and if we even if we lost, I don't see the full schedule yet, but if we lost 7 or 8 games this season, that's still probably a 1 seed. I mean, that's.
Can you imagine how the Duke fan base would panic if we lost that 7th game?
They're gonna panic when they lose the first game, dude. The first game they lose, it's gonna be
they know. These people were really trying to get John Shire fired after the Texas Tech loss last year.
Texas Tech one, that was.
I would never forget how mad the fan base was, bro. Why are y'all acting like this? This is 1 loss. What's wrong with y'all?
Wait, what was our record this year? We lost 3 games.
3 games.
Yeah, 2 in the regular season. In the last game we lost in the tournament, we lost 3 games.
3 games, bro. That's crazy.
I believe I heard on. I want to say it was 3-Man Weave recently. They said the last 2 seasons we've lost 7 games by a combined, I want to say 22 points.
That's
nuts.
You know what I mean? That's insane. That's completely bananas.
Crazy.
What can you even say? Again, blessed. Too blessed to be stressed.
Oh man, but yeah, we'll see how the full schedule pans out. It'll be a mammoth of a schedule to have this year, and obviously with the team we have, I think this team will be very battle tested going into March. I mean, some of them are already battle tested. This is not for the most part, it's not a young team we have. So
I got a question for y'all. I don't want to get too far off track, but I want to know this from y'all. Do y'all think that the pressure would be more it would be more pressure for John Shire to deliver a championship with this roster, as talented and loaded as it is without the star than it's been in the past couple of years? Because it's a different type of pressure. It's pressure both ways. But
yeah,
I just curious.
The pressure is just because of how the last 2 years ended. That's going to be the only reason there's pressure. I don't think it has anything to do with the roster, honestly. Duke is always going to expect the roster to be stacked, and I mean, people who don't like Duke have been saying Duke should have people say Duke should have won 12 titles when K was there because of all that talent. So having the most talent or having an impressive slate of talent never. I don't think it makes it any more pressure than any other year for Duke. I think the only pressure that he's I guess there would be people who, if Duke disappointed this year, then they'll say, oh, when he doesn't have a Cam Boozer or a Cooper Flagg.
Right.
So maybe in that sense, because they don't have an obvious national player of the year, then maybe. But I think more than anything, it's just going to be because of how the last 2 seasons ended in very unusual and unlikely circumstances. So I think Duke fans more than anything are just looking for that to not happen more than anything else.
If we lose, man, can we lose by 15 this year instead of something?
I don't know that would be better, but
it would for me. It would for me.
I think if you lost a game that was close the whole way, rather than a game where you were up by a lot and then all of a sudden. Maybe that would be a little more palatable. You know,
like the Michigan game we had this year. If we were to lose some type of a game like that, then it's like
we had one or two that way this year where I maybe wouldn't have felt that bad about it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah,
I think there
I
will
agree.
still be pressure to be like a 1 seed. I mean, or at bare minimum, a very high 2. I would think.
I think you definitely gotta kind of echoing everything Russ said. I just think has nothing to do really with just who's coming in or the roster we acquired. It's just off of last year's like past 2 years. And if this team gets to the Final Four again and they lose, but it's like it's not a collapse. It's not a collapse. Then it's like, so be it. You had a great season. It's very hard to win the national championship. I know we say this all the time, and people just obviously still get angry about where we end up. But like it's very hard to win a national championship, man. So
it's hard to win a championship in any sport on any level. That's hard. People, I really get sick of people acting like championships is growing trees.
Yeah, it's like but even for the tournament, just to be able to win, you can't have an imperfect game. Like you can't mess up. And it only takes one mistake, one day of mistakes, and it's over. You can do just as we said, they lost 3 games last year. Going into that tournament, they lost 2 games and 2 games that they were clearly better than the team.
It don't even have to be a full game. It could be a bad 10-minute stretch.
10 minutes.
7-minute stretch that lose you the end your season.
Like it's hard. It's very hard. And no matter if you have the most talented team or what, it's hard, man. So I'm out of that phase where it's like, yo, obviously as a fan, you want to win. You want to win. You want to win the championship. Like it's been a long time we won the championship, but I'm out of the phase where it's championship or terrible season. I want to get to the Final Four. Get to the Final Four and let it happen. Let something happen. But get to the Final Four. That's your goal. But we'll be fine. I think it's gonna be another fun season. Let's get to calls though, and we'll get out of here. We had a couple people call in. Refresh this. I need like a jingle. We need like a someone else. Someone if you're listening to this, and you can make a jingle for the song, for the caller section, hit me up, man. DM me. Might give you a little something if we need to play something and transition it into calls. But let's hop the calls. We have about over 10 callers, so 10 seconds, man. Benedine, my guy, first caller.
That's how you started off right there. That is how you started off, Bennett.
Good pronunciation, Bennett. Off rip. Good job.
Wait.
Oh, did y'all hear that?
No, that's why I said that's how you started off.
Oh man.
That's
you have it just in your headphones? What happened there?
Yeah. I was listening in my headphones. I did that last episode too. Good. Oh Lord. Okay, Bennett Dean, replay.
What kind of role do you guys see Boumtje having in his freshman year? Me personally, I see him as kind of the 9th or 10th guy, but curious to see what your guys' thoughts are.
Boumtje, what y'all think?
Yeah, I mean, huge range. Range from a guy who's just not ready to a guy who starts and plays like 24 minutes a game. I mean, genuinely, like it could be, and it could be both in the same year. It could be, we could definitely maybe have like sort of a Derek Lively situation, right? Where at the beginning of the year, it just wasn't happening. And by the end of the year, you couldn't keep him off the floor. You could definitely have something like that. I do kind of think that the idea that he's raw, I keep seeing the word raw thrown around, and I think that that's the wrong word. He's too skilled to be raw. Like when you say raw, you mean a guy who's like just big or an athlete, but still like isn't great at basketball yet. This guy's a really good, skilled, smooth basketball player. There'll be an adjustment period to moving to the college game, but once that adjustment happens, I mean, I don't know. I mean, like would you say, I haven't seen enough of him, so maybe I can't say this, but like, would you say that like Dame was more raw than JBB. Like,
Yeah, I'd say so.
Dame was raw too.
you know what I mean? Like, now Dame more ready to compete defensively, maybe, than JBB will. But you know, so that's a really long answer for I don't know. But you know, at the end of the day, I don't think it's something where I think there are people who expect him not to play at all, like UNC fans. When you see them, they're like, "Why is he going to Duke where he's going to play like 10 minutes a game?" I think he's going to play more than that, right? But also the people who think that maybe he's going to come in right away and be whatever. You might want to temper expectations for that too. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. No, I agree too. I think there, like you said, there will definitely be adjustment period. But I said, like I told you earlier, there's the belief that he has a chance to compete for a starting spot. So, you know, there's definitely range there where he could be, you know, coming off as the 8th man, or he could be the starting four. So we'll see. It's going to be a big summer ahead for him and Cam to, you know, fight for that spot, or Drew too. Next caller. Am I here? Okay. I'm tripping. I cannot find the tab. Oh, there we go. Sam.
What's up, Crazy Cast? I apologize about the background noise. I'm in Walmart currently. But Zion, I was the one that reached out yesterday and said that I had a question for the fan base and you guys. So now that it's confirmed that we play UConn next season, what's more important, sweeping UNC or beating UConn?
I feel like I feel attacked because
I know Jamal. Jamal, you answer this first.
I feel attacked. I'm gonna say it. I want to beat UConn.
Well, I want to beat UConn too, but if you got to choose one, you got to choose one.
I'm choosing it this year. We play North Carolina every single year. Of course, I want to sweep North Carolina. I want nothing more than to beat UConn and to hold Nick Hamini to 1 for 9 from the floor, bro. I want you to beat UConn more than anything else this season, almost as much as I want a national championship. So don't ask me this.
Yeah,
I'm the wrong Duke fan. I'm the wrong Duke fan to ask this. I got real hatred.
I don't think he's all the way wrong.
Real hatred towards the Connecticut Huskies. It's getting close to the Tar Heel hatred. It's like right here. So you know what I mean? Honestly, we always want to play North Carolina, but like I be saying, fellas, we lose to North Carolina all the time. It's not a big deal. Like if we drop one game to the Hills, it will be a big deal if we lose that UConn game. It just will be.
Why we lose to UConn a lot? I don't.
No, especially after what just happened. Oh man, no! And with Nick there, we cannot lose to UConn this year, and y'all know that.
First of all, I don't. I mean, I've said on here I don't care about the Nick thing. I think that I want to beat UConn. I would say that UConn, in terms of teams I really want to beat, they're near the top of tier 2, right? But tier 1 is one team. Tier 1 is only one team. It's the only team that has ever mattered, and that's UNC. And especially next year, like losing to a team that's going to be like Jaron Stevenson and Keita and like a couple scraps, not sweeping that team, man. Come on, man! Like you've got to beat UNC. You got to welcome Mike Malone the right way and tell him, hey. You made a mistake. You should have stayed retired. Go watch your daughter play volleyball. That's what should have happened, man.
Nah, man.
But they just use the excuse that he didn't have enough time over all season. And I'll be honest, bro.
They got excuses every year.
It's easy. This is an easier decision than the Michigan one last year to me. This is like hands down UConn.
Sure,
I'll be honest.
I'd rather beat UConn than Michigan last year. Sure, I agree with that.
This is hands down UConn.
I know the politically correct answer is sweep UNC. But I don't know. I might have to saw with Jamal, man.
Come on over to the sides.
If we can split with USC and beat UConn,
yes, Lord.
Probably go take UConn win, man.
Give me that.
That loss was damaging. Sure, it's a regular season game versus a tournament game, but to be able to get that win right back immediately for Caden,
And Nick is
I
on
want
man.
UConn.
You can downplay that whole Nick thing all you want to. That is going to matter when that game plays. Like that's going to UConn all day.
You low key. I don't think y'all see. I don't know if we talked about it. Well, Russ may have not been in the show. I think Isaiah low key took a shot at Nick too.
Yeah,
when,
I think Russ was gone when you brought that up the last week. But Russ went up again.
I think Isaiah took a shot at Nick, and I think the players low key don't like what Nick did.
They're gonna be PC about it, but that is smoke, bro. Like they don't like that. I know they don't.
Yeah,
I know they don't like that.
I don't know, man. I know the politically correct answer. Everyone, might get mad about it. The politically correct answer, obviously, is you want to sweep UNC. But me personally, I want UConn, man. I need that win. I need that win, man. It's been too much. Like they've been winning too much. They've been winning national championships. They just beat us in the tournament. I don't want to hear again that we beat y'all in a span of what 7 months. Like, come on,
turned the
man.
Braylon Mullins shot into a gift. Like, man, hell no.
Come on, and it's not even like they were better than us last year. We choked. We choked, man. So, like, hey, I kind of want that UConn. Good question though. Good question, Sam.
Very good question.
Live from Walmart. We heard the.
Let me ask this before we move on. Do you think, other than enjoying beating UConn, would beating UConn change the discourse at all?
What do you mean? Discourse about what?
Like how people feel about Duke versus UConn, how they flip.
No. I mean, it's probably not. Probably not.
Does it mean it doesn't change anything at all, other than the fact that I want to beat UConn? Whereas UNC, like I don't want to give them an inch, man. That's it. I just don't want to give them an inch.
I get that, but it's like it happens. Like the rivalry happens so many times. Like last year, they weren't even supposed to beat us. They beat us 2 years ago.
It sucked. It was terrible.
That's what I'm saying. Awful. It happens a lot. We lose to them all the time. It's not a big deal when we lose to UNC. Huh?
Yeah, but it's also like even resume wise, people look at it and they're like, oh, Duke lost to UNC on the road. Like, wow, like it happens all the time. Like even the chance for us to get a big resume win early with UConn, I'm taking that. I'm taking that just even for like our number one seed potential. Versus like, we beat a UNC team, we were better than that. And we don't get penalized for losing to UNC one time on the road. No. We don't. We never will. So,
but if we lose that UConn game, I think the discourse, then it's going to be a little bit now like, okay, UConn own Duke. And that I ain't trying to hear that.
That's already the discourse, and
that's already
one win won't change.
But if we, at least if we win that game, especially if we win it convincingly, we can soften the blow a little bit. I mean, you're right; it's not going to change completely, but it's no chance of changing ever if we lose that game in November.
What were you about to say, Russ? You about to say something?
No, I was gonna say at least I'm gonna be at the game, so I'm not gonna have to watch them talk about it endlessly and do the.
Shut up.
You know what I mean? So that's gonna be worse. Even if Duke wins, you're gonna have to sit through them talking about it endlessly for 2 hours. So that's gonna suck.
Oh man! Next caller, Derek.
Hey, Crazy Cast, Derek here. I wanted to get your guys' thoughts on what do you guys think John Shire's recruiting pitch is? Because at this point, it is truly, if John Shire wants you at Duke, you will be at Duke. At first, I kind of thought the narrative might have been he gets those high 5-star freshmen out of high school. But that narrative has changed. He had such a power last year. Unfortunately, he stayed in the draft. John Blackwell this year. I just want to get you guys' thoughts because he truly is one of the best recruiters out there. And I just want to see what you guys think. What do you think he says? How does he get all these guys? Because it is truly one of what he is doing. And yeah.
That's a good question.
I don't think he got to do much.
He takes his shoes off when he goes into the parents' house. When the mom has made a pie, he goes now this is the best pie I've ever had. I did have somebody, I forget who it was, who told me at some point that when Capel was with Duke, that Capel's gift was complimenting the dessert that the mom's made. I forget who said that, and I thought it was the funniest thing I'd ever heard. Because people asked that same question about him, and honestly, even before him, like people always thought that Wojo was a real, sort of paragon of elite recruiting. I mean, I think that K, for everything you could say about the K coaching tree, what you can definitely say is he has passed down a lot of understanding of how to land recruits and how to make recruits feel seen, how to make their families feel seen. It's not just about the money now. The money definitely helps, but I mean, Duke's been very good at recruiting since, before NIL. I think that being at a really high caliber, institution, a brand for the institution, for the people for whom that matters, the brand for basically everybody that should matter. But we have seen many schools, Kentucky sort of dealing with it right now, UNC having dealt with it at times as well. Elite programs, elite schools that should have elite funding and elite resources struggling to land the recruits, in order, struggling to do what Shire has done and what everyone has done there. So I'm just really impressed with what he does, and I don't know how he does it. There's a secret sauce there, but it's not just the biggest bag imaginable. There are other schools that to get one of Duke's players would pay more than Duke will pay them, but they're not coming here just for that. They're here for all.
The truth of the matter is that honestly, he doesn't have to do much. Duke recruits itself. Like Duke is its own recruiting pitch. The fact that these kids know the track record that the players that go to Duke have as far as like furthering their NBA career, it kind of goes without saying. And then it's when Duke calls, you pick the phone up. It's like he doesn't have to say much. Like it's Duke. And that might sound a little arrogant, but that's just what it is. Like the brand is the brand. The brand sells itself. So I mean, you might have to be like, all right, okay, this is what we see for you. You have to lay out a vision for a player. But when Duke comes calling, all of these players are perking up. Like that's the upper echelon. If you're a recruit, to have a school like Duke recruiting you is the pinnacle. Like that's all you want is to have the big guys coming after you. So like he don't got to do much, man. This is not much he's saying to these kids.
I do think the vision he definitely lays out appeals to people as well, even just from a standpoint of, this is how we're going to get you to the next level. And then he uses obviously the track record of success. And, I think having guys on speed dial like a Jason Tatum, like, all these stars, like Duke definitely uses his alumni to vouch as well. I know Trevor Keels was on John Blackwell. So,
he played for my Heat. Shout out to Trevor Keels, man.
The brotherhood, baby. The brotherhood.
Yeah, the brotherhood is very strong, and I don't know specifically what Shire is also always saying, but hey, man, he gets the job done, and kind of like you said, Jamal, the brand speaks for itself as well. So, good call.
Yeah, I would push back a little on the brand speaks for itself, just because we've seen really good brands fall apart or at least dip with the wrong person at the helm. Like I do think that there's a perception that Duke just is a self-sustaining machine, but like UNC seemed that way, Kentucky seemed that way. I mean, like Kansas has gone through ups and downs with some of their recruiting as well. I mean, like I don't know. I think that having the pedigree is important. Having the brand is important. It's a huge part of the pitch, obviously, but there's still something being said.
Yeah. I think that's what we said though. It's the foundation of the brand.
Sure.
For itself. And then
selling a good product is easier than selling a bad product. That is true.
Right. But hey, they get the job done, and Shire's been one of the best, if not the best, the past decade. People want to throw Coach Cal in there, but we've been doing laps around Coach Cal. Next caller, Mark.
Hey guys, I think more than a few people on Twitter need the John Shire apology form. We probably should just make this an annual thing. It's really hard not to love what he's done this offseason of without having a Cameron Boozer Cooper flag in the middle to just convince a bunch of really good players to buy in and play for Duke next year. It's especially exciting that Boumtje will be at Duke for multiple years and that none of these freshmen are expected to be surefire OADs. So not only planning for this year, but for next year as well. So, Shire still has to coach these guys, but very excited for what he can do. It's been a fun off season thus far. It's always nice when the roster is finalized before my birthday in early May. So I appreciate that. And yeah, just looking forward now to seeing who the next assistant coach is and what our schedule is going to look like. So thank you guys.
Yeah, shout out to you. Happy
Great
early
call.
birthday. He said, wink, wink, it's my birthday.
Happy early birthday to you, Mark.
Hey,
Happy early birthday.
Happy birthday to Spin Hub. Walk on goat.
Shout out Spinham. Shout out Spinham. You got a Spinham shirt? Look at you.
Yeah, man, the classic. Can I throw something crazy out there?
Go ahead.
What is the roster done?
Oh my gosh. There you go. How can it not be though? Do we got any room for anybody else?
We got a visit coming. Jacob, I don't know how to pronounce his name.
I didn't look this one up, admittedly. The Loyola Maryland kid.
Yeah.
I mean, is the roster done?
The roster, if the roster's not done, then an exit happened. I'll say
that's
that.
what I like. Only thing, like if Blackwell stays in the draft, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, like, or put it this way: if it's a kid like the Loyola Maryland kid, a kid who would be coming to Duke presumably without the intention of playing much this year, but hopefully over the course of practice, proving himself to be sort of a rotational piece next year, right? Something like that. I mean, like, again, I don't think that Duke would be bringing in somebody expected to play this year without a departure happening. So if somebody was to come in who could play, it would have to be somebody really, really good. Yeah, I don't
say that as,
but
you said that if you knew, like you're hinted at.
No, I don't know anything. I know that Duke. I know that Duke. Obviously, made. There have been rumors floating around about a player or two who are in like the draft combine of Duke, at least circling them, right?
Well, I'll tell you, it's very unlikely.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
Unless, like I said, if someone leaves out, it may reshift the.
That's the only thing I can see happening. Yeah,
but everything I've heard right now,
those things aren't impossible. Is all I'm saying. I think we have a finished roster now. I'm happy with this roster. This is a sort of number one in the country caliber roster. But I don't know. There are always chess pieces on the board, is all I'm saying. And you never quite can feel 100% certain that nothing in the next, however many weeks will change, is all I'm saying. I hope it is done because it's a really good roster. But then if there's some really cool opportunity or a practice player who is better than a practice player, then sure, why not?
I did hear I would say I got a text mid show that that a roster could change, but we'll see.
you see, is that why you were asking me? Were you seeing if I got some sort of a nugget?
Yeah, you were kind of like hinting at, but I did get literally mid show, someone asked me a question, and they're like, "Can you confirm or not?" So maybe
That's
we'll do
funny.
a little bit digging after the show, but it'll kind of negate what I said earlier. But it's okay. We'll see.
Well, hey, then my question is great and prescient and wise, and I am once again Rustradamus, the all-knowing. Is that
So is the roster done?
Yeah, I swear this. We gotta put this show out regardless. So I don't care if it changes after this, but like, oh, if it happens, man. Oh Lord. Anyway,
I can't wait to hear what this is. You should text it right now so I can make a face on the show so that people can see my
I'll
face.
put it in the group. I'll put it in the group chat. Let me see.
Oh, Lord.
Are you talking about who the new addition might be?
No,
sure.
Yeah, the roster switch.
All right, I just saw the text and sure.
Anyway,
is the roster done?
If that's the case, and I'll say if that happens, whatever, we'll be fine. We'll be good regardless.
Doors are never closed. Doors never stop opening, and doors are never closed.
You know how many people are gonna piss off like doing this? Like they're gonna be like, yo, our mess will be flooded after this. If this doesn't happen,
then we'll just say no. We're not spreading unsubstantiated rumors.
Russ started
rumors here.
If y'all get mad at this like vagueness, just blame Russ.
I didn't get a text from anybody.
You started it. You started it, bro.
I was talking about Loyola Maryland kid.
You started it.
Open this can of worms up, and now we can't put it back in.
The next caller is.
I'm just a mischievous little guy. Don't mind me. Don't mind me.
Oh Lord! The next caller is Logan.
Hello, Crazy Cast. Long-time listener, first-time caller. A lot of great things happening with recruits that we got in, but just curious, what have been some names out there to fill some of these assistant coach roles? Me personally, I would love nothing more than hear about Quinn Cook, but don't know if you have any insight on that. Once again, appreciate all you guys do.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of Quinn Cook out there. I think for who do we lose? Evan Brads. We only lost Brads, right? Yeah, we only lost Brads. I don't know if they're going to necessarily fill it with Quinn. I would love with Quinn. That's my guy. That's my guy. But
yeah,
I think I would assume they would probably look for someone that is coming with experience.
I want John to call Joe Mazzulla.
Joe Mazzulla,
because that's his guy. Like I know he talked to Joe Mazzulla all the time. Like
like as a reference, like
yeah. Not like to bring him.
No,
I'm saying I know that's his guy. Like man, who you got for me? Like I know you like I because Brass was such a revelation. I would like to see him go to the NBA ranks and get another guy and bring another guy from the NBA ranks back to Duke.
Yeah.
But
I
mean,
see that.
The Quinn Cook thing, that's the very first time I've like that kind of crossed my mind. I wouldn't mind that at all, though, honestly.
Yeah, but I don't have any names. I will say if they do ask Mazzulla just might direct them to Emil Jefferson.
I was about to say, bring Emil back, man. Just send Emil back.
I mean, he's been coaching for a minute over there. But yeah, no names. We don't got any names. Zach, bearded Blue Devil. Sorry for the audio. I'm at work. Okay, we'll see.
What's up, Crazy Cast? I called in a couple of episodes ago when Russ was scared and terrified.
Damn.
What do you think the cutoff line is now that we kind of have a good idea what the roster looks like?
Well, Russ, for the context, we told everyone at the last episode, the secret code was Russ was scared. What was his question again? You were scared of showing up.
This was a Fox episode, right? That was a Fox episode, yeah.
What was the question again? What was the cutoff line?
I couldn't hear the last part of it. I couldn't hear the last part that he was saying.
He said cutoff line, but I don't know what he means like that in terms of playing time.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
Yeah. Sorry, my guy. We love you though. Thank you for the call.
Yeah.
Cade, let's play Cade. Oh, it's not playing. This thing just crashed on me mid show. Let me see. All right, let me refresh. My apologies. Cade. There we go.
This is good podcasting.
Yeah, it happens like that sometimes when you're doing it live. Adjusting on the fly.
Y'all don't hear it playing?
No.
No.
Oh my goodness.
So it's playing to you?
Yeah, it's playing for me. Cade, what happened? Oh no. All right, let me try again. Let me know if y'all hear it.
Probably gonna hear it now. Yep.
These past couple of weeks have probably been exactly, what we have needed as a fan base in terms of healing from, the way this previous season just ended. Just a little bit of patience there it took, but we finally have a clear picture, a clear mind, a contending team coming in next season. So, everybody can take a big exhale. We do get those UConn boys early on, as it's been announced. Hopefully for a little revenge, Mr. Kamenya. Not saying your name properly anymore, you traitor. We'll be seeing you soon, brother. So, and Michigan, Gonzaga, that same loaded non-conference schedule once again will be fun. 10, 11 deep. And, I don't know how we're going to do it. I don't know how Shire's going to manage those minutes, but, obviously a plus. I'm glad that's not my job. I guess that's the trade-off you get for not having a boozer or a flag type of guy, but, it'll be fun to watch, and we'll obviously be a contending team again. So that's all I got for now. The Amazon stuff is pretty interesting. I'm interested to see how you guys digest that. But, yeah, ready for 26.
Shout out to you, Kate. I guess we didn't really talk about the Amazon stuff. Just Amazon specifically. Did we? I don't think we did.
No, we brought it up that it was exclusive, like as far as like the games, but we didn't really touch on
it. It is crazy that Duke is the first brand to pull this off, especially with how college football actually probably gets way more ratings than college basketball. So the fact that Duke is the first college sports team to even embark in this is pretty incredible. It just speaks to the brand. I think there's someone on top. Someone said it in the Discord or something that there is a Duke alum at Amazon Prime that might be even facilitating this. So this is what happens when you the biggest brand basketball brand at such a prestigious university. You got alumni everywhere. So Russ will give us the first Duke basketball Hallmark movie eventually.
Please.
Please. It is crazy though. But I like it though. We were watching games on the CW, so I'm fine with Amazon Prime. I'm cool with that. I could rewind and fast forward the whole game as well on there. So I'm cool with it.
Yeah. I saw a couple of people posted, that it was, a good money deal for Duke, that it would be obviously sort of a boon for NIL reasons, and I for one am just happy that Duke is finally getting some money in the coffers. It's about time.
Yeah, man, we're broke.
It's about time that Duke had some money that they could spend. Spent far too long. Yeah,
that's hilarious.
Yeah, I think it's good. I think again, another couple of tweets out there sort of said that as Duke is trying to go a little more global as a brand, that Amazon Prime certainly can assist with that kind of reach potentially. So that's interesting. That's an interesting component that I hadn't really thought too much about, but interested to see how it plays out, and most importantly, who's calling those games? Who are they going to hire at Prime to call those games? Because that's very important to me. Like, what's Gus doing? Like, where
go one right there.
I like Gus, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Where's like the good people who could call that game? Who can they get for this? That's
I got one. Corey Alexander.
No.
No, brother.
No.
Yo, imagine.
I used to like Corey too. I don't even know how this happened to you, bro.
I thought he was better this year than previous years. I'll be honest.
I don't understand how I started just not liking Corey Alexander calling games, but
it'll be.
I'm almost turning the other way. Not yet.
Because they definitely have to. It's gonna be someone we're very familiar with. Hopefully
Gus
it's
Johnson is cool. I like Gus.
Yeah, Gus Johnson. That would be fire.
I rock with Gus Johnson,
and I think it's very possible.
It would guarantee a good game too.
Facts. But we'll see. We'll see.
He's never called a bad game ever.
Let me get this David one out the way. David called 11 seconds.
Still not hearing it.
You froze again.
Yo, what is going on with this thing, man? How did it lose like audio midway? Let me try again. Y'all hear it now? All right. So, all right. So he's cussing in this one anyway. But he's talking about Duke in the East Regional. I'll download it, and while I download it, you guys talk about Duke possibly in the East Regional.
What, you for the importance of the East?
I guess.
I'm tired of being in the East, man. They put all the tough teams in the East, man. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it.
Is MSG this year? Is it MSG?
The regional is in Madison Square?
I think it is.
Yeah, give us the
I
East.
had heard a rumor, unsubstantiated, that maybe that was part of the reason why the Duke UConn game couldn't be there, because maybe there's some rule. Again, I might be misremembering this. If the UConn fans who always seem to listen to our show want to let us know about this, I think if you play like 3 games in a location, then you can't play the regional in that location or whatever. And they've got at least one scheduled already with a rumored second one already in the books. So maybe it was a thing where they couldn't play there because they want to compete for the East. Maybe. Again, that's just a rumor, but it would make a little sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I think that I forget what the locations are for the teams, for the best teams. But I remembered looking at who like the top 5 teams are and thinking, once again, it feels like it's going to be important to be in the East, man. I mean, like it just, I think that ultimately the important thing there is, with there being so many good teams in the East, you want that 1 seed, and you want, especially the chances that the top 2 seed is probably also a team that wants the East. You want to bump them out too. Right now, obviously, it didn't work out in our favor this year.
I was about to say how it worked last year.
It didn't work out in our favor this year, but like ultimately, that's like if you play that out over a larger sample, I think generally speaking, getting the 1 in the East is going to be good, especially when you get like it depends on where the other schools are though. Like I don't know where the Midwest.
We literally got the East and got the Big East teams. That's crazy. Hey, but that's more reason than Russ to pick Duke over UConn, because that's gonna play into the East region on who gets the 1 seed there. So hey man,
sure, maybe.
I got the audio loaded, so let me see.
Yeah, I can ask about the schedule. I can ask about the roster, but the only thing I actually am interested in, because I'm a North Jersey Duke fan, is when those East Regional Elite 8 tickets are going to go on sale. Let's fucking go.
That was aggressive, little aggressive. Shout out to you. Next caller. I don't have your name since I downloaded it.
What's up, Crazy Cast? Just got to start off by saying that Shire's a demon. White Mike came out in the recruiting trail, and hopefully he shut up a lot of Duke fans that were worrying about what he was doing. I wanted to ask you guys kind of what your expectations are for Cam Williams this upcoming year. I feel like no one's really talking about the impact he can have. I know he's not like a boozer or a flag type freshman, but I mean, I heard a clip of Goodman and Doster go back and forth about whether they think Hamenya or Williams would be better at the 4. So I feel like I lost a lot of brain cells after listening to that. So I'd love to know kind of what you guys are expecting from him and what the starting 4 spot should look like this upcoming year. Thanks.
Okay, wait, before we answer that, I want to double back on a thing, because I knew I had heard this. The Midwest is in Kansas City this year, and both Michigan and Michigan State are closer to New York City than they are to Kansas City. So Michigan wants the East. UConn obviously wants the East. Duke wants the East. I'll look up where the South Regional is too, but
dang, that's bad.
The South is San Antonio. I mean, there's a real chance that can it possibly be that Florida would be closer to New York than to San Antonio?
Florida will pick Texas. They would
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough. But San Antonio's far as shit, dude.
What's the
Dude, San Antonio is like a good 50, 75 miles farther than New York City is from Gainesville. So, like, technically, if Florida wanted, they also would put in for the East. Like, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, dude. Everybody wants the East this year. So, like, getting
every
the
big
one seed in
school
the
has
East
a
feels
big
good.
every big school has a big alumni anyway that would be in New York. So it's not. Yeah, the East might be we might have to be number one overall seed. Might have to
Otherwise, you're
be.
going to be stuck
I can
playing
see
in
that
San
happening.
Antonio.
I can see that happening for sure.
Oh man.
As far as what the guy was saying about Cam Williams, though, y'all heard me, man. I think he's the best pro prospect on the roster. Really excited to see the competition and how it plays out because I do not believe no one will beat him out for the starting spot at the power forward position. But
yeah,
that's just my opinion.
What was the question? I was looking up that thing and I missed it.
Essentially asking about the role of Cam Williams, and
Williams.
where do we think he will fall in the puzzle.
Yeah, I mean, I think that he should start or bare minimum compete to start. I'd put him as the Vegas favorite to start, but I think that there will be a lot of competition for that other starting spot. I do think that ultimately, and this is maybe again part of the pitch, but like for JBB and for people like this, if you can't be a noteworthy contributor on a roster like this, then you're probably not like a one and done type who's ready for the NBA right away, right? Like how will you play on an NBA team right away if you can't play on a roster like this? So I think that there's what is it? Pressure makes diamonds. Is that the expression?
Yep.
So the guys who choose, and this is why guys like Dame come back. This is why even guys like Caleb, come back even for the opportunity, to play sort of a noteworthy role. Like you can go somewhere else and play a lot more minutes, but it won't be Duke. And if you're a guy with pro aspirations, playing at Duke is going to be the best opportunity to show that off. Like it just will. So again, I'm hopeful he's ready to be a one and done, and I'm hopeful he's ready to jump right in and be a starter and a high impact player. I'm a big believer in the talent. And I think the spending an entire year competing against the JBBs and the Sharnowskis and the Wilkinsons of the world, or Wilkins is of the world, I think is going to be huge for him.
Yeah, I echo what everyone said. I'm very excited to see him play. I think he brings a lot of tools that are valuable. He definitely needs to develop a little bit more, and obviously body will be big this summer. Not sure how much of an all season he'll have with Preston Green, but if he can add a little bit more weight to his frame, I think that'll help him a lot too. But yeah, like we said all episode, the starting forward position is a toss up. So it's there for him if he wants to take it. Just got to win it. Let me see. Last caller. Did I play this already?
All right, real quick, boys. I snuck out of work for this one.
Snuck out of
What are we
work.
doing with an assistant coach? Are we waiting for the NBA playoffs to be done? Are we plucking a guy from one of the assistants from the NBA teams? Or what are we doing? What's the best guess? I know Shire needs to go home and enjoy his family. He's been on a monumental run here lately with recruits, but we got to get an assistant coach in place. All right, DDMS.
Yo, he's like demanding. Well, I think Jay Lucas was hired in May of 2022. So we have another month. I think we'll wait and see. I'm sure they're talking to people. UConn legitimately had a job role on a site to apply to, and I don't think they filled it yet. So everyone's trying to figure out the assistant coach, but right now it's hard to add assistant in the middle of trying to recruit and land portal guys. So maybe there'll be a little bit more time now to get that done, but we'll be all right, man. We got a good staff in place right now. We'll figure it out. But yeah,
Y'all ain't learned nothing else. Y'all should learn to trust what John is doing.
Just wait, man. Just wait and see. But fellas, y'all got anything else Russ, you want to break any other news that's gonna get fans?
Break anything. You're trying to cover your own tracks now.
You broke some news, buddy.
I'm gonna tell you, because Russ, you weren't up here last time. You're gonna have people on TikTok DM me talking about what do Russ know? Russ knows something, don't he? Like, no, I don't know. The
funniest thing is that I know less than people on 99% of everything. I found out things same way that everybody else does. I just read tea leaves pretty well generally, and so then it makes me seem more prescient than I am. I think that the assistant coach thing. Also, I expect not to be some drawn out thing, or I expect it to not be some rapidly wrapped up thing. That is to say, because I probably just won't be a brotherhood guy potentially. Like, right? Like they're going to look at literally everyone everywhere, which takes time. So I would rather them take their time. I mean, again, they announced Tyler Thornton end of May last year, right? I mean, like, so. You know, I definitely expect there to be a couple more weeks. Yeah. Great.
I definitely see them going outside the family too. I mean, Tyler Thornton is the family guy now, obviously, and John Shire is, from the family guy. So to replace Brad's, I think kind of like Jamal said, maybe someone off an NBA bench. But we'll see. We'll see. Whoever we get is going to be elite.
I think a young guy makes a lot of sense too. I mean, that's what he's done twice in that role. These guys who want head coaching opportunities, working at Duke is one of the best places to build up that sort of pedigree and to work with the best and to build a nice Rolodex and to learn a lot. Yeah, I mean, I wish I knew more names. I kind of wondered at some point. I've seen a number of other programs go for like the head coach. It's probably a little too late in the game now to do this, but like a really good head coach from a mid-major, like a young like head coach who came from the mid-major ranks, who kind of thinks that, like, I'm trying to think of like some good examples, but like guys who, want better jobs and maybe being an assistant coach at a high major that succeeds at a very high level might get you there faster than being, a respected mid-major guy, especially as a young guy. So again, that I kind of doubt that happens this off season just because like the portal and everything, like things are already in motion. But I wonder if going forward, maybe they would consider that. I'd expect an NBA look. That's my guess. If I had to guess.
The description describes if you're going mid-major coach, young coach had a successful year. That description describes Nolan Smith. Are you hinting at a Nolan Smith reunion?
I'm definitely not hinting at that. It would be very cool to see Nolan back in the Duke fold. It'd be awesome. I kind of expect more. I sort of feel like Brad's was more of a like nerd analytics, like very deep, like technical kind of stuff, and with the development too and everything else. Again, wasn't he with Will Hardy and the Jazz and like that? That's a very analytically savvy bunch. So I kind of expect it to be more of like an analytically forward-looking guy than a guy maybe from the family or who is very good at, sort of accruing and mastering the art of playing with talent. But it would be cool to see. I mean, Nolan was one of my all-time favorite Duke players in a Duke uniform. So,
friend of the pod,
same with Quinn, same with a number of these guys.
Yeah, for sure. And Duke fans, don't act like you know the right choice either, because I know a lot of you will be throwing out names like we should get this guy. Like, no,
it'll be a name that like nobody knew until he's announced is what's going to happen, and then
like Evan Brad's was.
Yeah.
I at least remember Brad's name from when he played. I remember he was a player. I didn't know that he was on an NBA. I didn't know he was in that sphere at the time. Yeah. But could be a similar thing. I don't know. We'll find out.
The only name I threw out that was just like, he might bite at it was Jared Dudley, but probably not gonna happen. That's probably not gonna happen. But anyway,
how old is he?
He got to be like 40. He's young. He just retired from the league. He was on the Nets like 4 years ago. Let me see, Jared Dudley.
Yeah, I guess
40.
True.
Right on the dot, 40.
Yeah.
Young coach.
It's all a blur to me, man.
Really, I forgot so much basketball. Like that's crazy.
It also just felt like so long since BC was any good that I was like,
that's the last time they was really good when he was playing.
I know. I was like, how long ago was that? It could have been.
You guys remember?
I had no idea. Yeah,
I
remember Tyrese Rice?
I remember when they had Troy Bell too. So
you guys remember Tyrese Rice? That's a name right there.
Yeah.
They've had occasional really good players over the years. I mean, like they're not impossible to like get guys to go there who are pretty good. Like Kai Bowman was good. Like what was his name? Robinson.
Jerome
Robinson.
Yeah, he's from Raleigh. Shout out to Robinson.
I mean, he was really good. I mean, like they get some dudes. I mean, Post was really good. I mean, like they're
Post made the NBA roster.
So like I don't know. I'm glad that they moved on. I'm glad that Georgia Tech moved on. I think one of the worst.
Who's
things
Georgia Tech's coach?
Scott Cross, who he was the coach at Troy, and I believe he was the coach at like Little Rock before then. Or what was the one? I'm gonna look this up. He was the coach that got fired from a school where he was UT Arlington, where he was doing like pretty well. And I guess 3-Man Weave guys know this story better than I do. But the department there was kind of like, we're going to build like the next Gonzaga here or whatever. And so then they like let him go and brought in somebody else and immediately fell off a cliff. And then Scott Cross went to Troy. And then obviously Troy was very good. The last 2 years were a 13 seed this year. Cross is a good coach, and both UT Arlington. I mean, like we're talking about school in particular, but Troy, like a do more with less. And if Georgia Tech is going to be a school that like is not going to be at the top in terms of NIL, then Cross is like a great hire from that standard. I mean, like that's exactly who some of these less resource rich schools need to be going after, is guys like this. So man, that's a really good hire as well, I think. I mean, like whether he can make up for the fact that they're going to be, on the lower end of NIL is anybody's guess, but that's where the Kyle Smiths and the Madsons, I mean, again, they're talk about two more schools that just like don't really have the resources for basketball and yet keep overachieving what expectations are generally.
Right. Yeah. But we'll see how the ACC fares. We appreciate y'all for tapping in.
Forest needs to go after somebody like that.
We appreciate y'all for tapping in. We'll be back soon. I don't know when we'll be back because probably not expecting crazy news.
Y'all was talking crazy early in the
knock
episode.
On wood. Knock on wood.
You never know. Another episode in.
If you reach this far in the episode, say it's Russ's fault.
It's not. Give me a break.
It's Russ's fault. Tweet at us. It's Russ's fault. If you reach this point of the episode,
nobody texts me. Nobody texts me nothing. You don't even text me anything.
Man.
Zion only ever tells me things if I nudge him into doing it while we're live on the air. That's the only
good.
I'm 100% getting asked about this later on tonight.
Oh man. Hey man, he started it. Hey, well,
while
y'all here
river so long don't contain a bend. All I'm saying, man.
while y'all are here, please subscribe to the Crazy Cast on YouTube. We're trying to build our YouTube channel. Please like this video. Please comment. Please rate and subscribe on Apple or Spotify, wherever you listen. We appreciate y'all for tapping in with us. We'll be back soon. Go Duke.
Let's go.